It wasn't too bad. Once I figured out the learning curve on that little dude, I had the sand wide open, and it was just, I probably wasted half a bag of sand, probably 20 pounds or so, because it's coming out so thick. And I was like, what the hell? And I pinched that thing back, and yeah, then it started actually just spitting out like it's supposed to. So for me, I've never had one of these. I've had the blast cabinet, but this was the first for me. So it works really well once you figure out, and I still probably don't have it tweaked just right, but yeah, that if it keeps working, it'll be a good buy. So alright, so I got my epoxy inducing, and you can, well, you can't see, but I got that all masked off. So my little test that I was going to do, just on a piece of junk metal I had under there, what I'm going to do is I'll probably glass blast this side. I've got to clean this probably with my wire wheel to get the rust out of this. Same on this side. And then I'm going to DA one side, and then use this little guy right here, 80 grit, just on the angle grinder, and then epoxy the whole thing after I clean it. So what I'm hoping to see is which one actually, which the epoxy adheres better to what, because this is the foundation of your paint. I mean, it doesn't matter after this, it really doesn't matter what else you do. If this isn't right, this is going to fail. I mean, you follow me? I mean, that's just common sense. Your first layer you put on this and how good you tooth this metal determines the rest of your paint job, period. Because if this doesn't grip, nothing on top of it is going to hold it onto the metal, period. So yeah, I'm going to get to cleaning this, and well, like I said, this is inducing, give me something to do. But I'll bring you back when I get it all cleaned up and 80 gritted and the whole thing. Alright, my epoxy is induced. I've got this cleaned. Got 80 grit on the angle. This here is, and hopefully that's showing that. That's 80 grit on a DA, and then of course glass blasted. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a fan of the glass blasting already. I haven't seen any drawbacks as of yet. But this, when I 80 gritted I cleaned this whole thing first, the whole panel with isopropyl alcohol. Then I 80 gritted this, and then I, did my 80 grit on this. As I cleaned that, I got black all over the blue towel until I finally got it all cleaned. This, no black, no, hardly anything. I mean, hardly any dust residue. It's like it cleans the metal as it's etching it. And maybe that's not true with sand, but for the glass, at least for the crushed glass I'm using, it seems to be the case. And that crushed glass cost me $10 for a 50-pound bag. So I'm pretty sold on that. And the surface is, it's like sandpaper. It's gonna, man, I just can't imagine it's not gonna stick really well versus, now this is more sandpapery, but the 80 grit DA, not as much. But maybe the surface tooth per square centimeter, blah, 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 divided by pi over the freaking moon makes this better. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this test. So stick with me. Alright, I'm going to set this gun up just a little different because I'm spraying into these narrow little rails. We'll see how it works. If it doesn't work, I'll switch it back. I'm going to make the pattern a little bit not quite so wide as I normally shoot it.
Yeah, that worked out. Black. Go right there. Oh, shit. Well. My air just kicked on. That's gonna blow a bunch of shit all over it. Oh well, I ain't going for pretty anyway. It's inside that frame. As long as it's covered, that's all I give a shit about. It'll lock that dirt into place. That dirt will never get out of there, never move. Really, really bad. Right here you can tell the difference. This is dirt shit. That's the sandblasted area. But that's gonna get. I'm gonna put 3 coats on this. That's what SPI suggests. Three coats on the inside of your frame rails, or you're underneath your car, or wherever you're doing it. So yeah, I've got 30 minutes. I'll come back out and put another coat on it.
All right, guys, it's gonna be it for the night. So this turned out like absolute shit, but I love it. So let's just get that straight right now. When that thing kicked on, it freaking just trashed this shit. That's okay, I don't care, because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful disaster. It's thick. Got 3 coats on there. This I should have taped off. I just freaking brain farted that, because that's going to be welded too, so that shit'll, I'll either have to strip it back, which is no big deal. Main thing is wanting to get it down in there, and it looks horrible, horribly amazing. So yeah, and like I said, do I care about that trash that's in there? No, I don't. It's a little extra protein. It's like when you eat a fly. As long as it's coated, as long as the water gets in there and runs off and it's protected, I give shit if it runs over dirt or not. It's not, like I said, it's not going to affect any of the adherence to that. So, but anyway, am I proud of that? No, that looks like shit. But it's going to work, so it is what it is. Same with this. That shit just blew. I guess it just blew. Because you saw me do the gray epoxy on what's the name's panels, and it looked pretty, turned out pretty clean. But I had turned that fan, or I turned the heater off. When I turned that thing on and I was spraying, that thing kicked on, and I was like, shit. But ultimately, after I thought about it, I thought, you know, it really doesn't matter. It does not matter, because this is just to protect the bare metal from rust, from you know. So yeah, now on the outsides, I'll probably be a little more careful. Probably go ahead and turn that off and clean it up to where I don't get all this garbage all over the outside of the rails, which even still wouldn't matter. A lot of people coat it with truck bed liner, stuff like that, you know. So it's all textury anyway. But yeah, there's that piece. Again, 3 coats on it, and you can see it. It's a little dirty, just like everything else, because it was sitting down there. But so next thing we'll do is come back in, and that's another thing I didn't think about too, is I'm going to have to strip some of this back, because it's going to burn off too as well. No biggie, just got to think a little farther ahead, and I wasn't thinking that far ahead, trying to get in a rush and get this shit done today, so that's what happens. So anyway, yeah, that's going to work, I think. And thumbs down if you hate it. I had a guy, and he just commented about an hour ago. And if you're still watching this after the comment, then this is for you. I'm not going to mention names or whatever. But the guy said on my last video that he thought that the quenching the welds with water wasn't a bad idea if it didn't warp too much, you know, no big deal, whatever. Okay, look, if I disagree with you, I disagree with you. It doesn't mean I hate you, doesn't make I think you're stupid, doesn't mean anything. It just means I disagree with you. I mean, people understand that. I tend to piss people off for some reason when I disagree with them. I'm not going to agree with everyone, period. I'm just not. You know, and hell, a year from now I may be like, oh hell, he was right. Maybe you should pour water all over your freshly welded surface and watch it cave in, you know. But I don't think so, because that's the way you quench metal, to make it hard, you know, harden the steel, and you just don't do it. Okay, whatever. But anyway, so not trying to, you know, piss people off. I tend to seem to do that for some reason. I'm not going to apologize, because it just is what it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Trash. Yeah, it looks like ass, but that's okay, because I like it. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. Oh hell, I gotta clean my paint gun. Alright, see ya.